underdog I mentioned. The nerd, Mr. Lewis. He's coming out with some gold already.
You know what? I think I know why he is doing this. If you follow Rise on Facebook, Lewis actually made an announcement that he said when he was a kid, he wanted to be the tag team champion. He wanted to be the Intercontinental champion. He said, and when he got even further, he wanted to be the World Heavyweight champion.
And he has a chance to be the Rise Grand Champion here tonight.
Absolutely. I did, believe it or not, the Rev has done the same thing. This is a lot of things that work out for him. I really can't take that much away from Lewis right now. I think he's going to do a lot of great things. This is a very big opportunity for Lewis. As a matter of fact, his first ever title to hold in his whole career of pro wrestling. His calculations are going to be on point, I think, tonight. Look, he even has fancy suspenders on. I like this guy.
And here comes Jack Pollock. We've seen him brawl with the Apex of Combat twice over the last 2 months. February 10th, their first meeting, going to the very expiration of time allotted. And then at Brownsville, they had another brawl. And here tonight, the trilogy fight for all the marbles.
You know what, Shane? If you don't know already, Jack is the best thing that happened to wrestling since wrestling happened.
Well, you can read his shirt. Fantastic.
Yes, I graduated from a very prestigious campus. Where'd you graduate from? McDonald's University?
No. I'm not graduated yet, but thanks.
Oh, okay. Well, when you get to my level, you have my people call your people, and I'll take you to dinner. How about that? We'll do a congratulatory graduation dinner on the house.
And here comes the champion, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the undisputed champion that I was talking about. And the unfinished business between him and Jack Pollock going to be on full display throughout this triple threat main event.
Every time I hear this song, it just makes me want to dance. It does.
Here he comes. Personally, one of my favorite competitors, one of my favorite athletes in pro wrestling today. He is charismatic, he is young, he is talented, and he is the Rise Grand Champion.
You know, one thing that I asked Lee before, actually I didn't ask him, I snuck into the locker room. I always wonder, what is the power? What plays in his headphones? And he said some Tupac, some Biggie, some Jonas Brothers, a lot of good, what's that artist? Oh yeah, Justin Bieber. A lot of great artists plays for this great champion.
Brad calling Justin Bieber a great artist.
Oh, you think that's funny?
I do.
As a matter of fact, Baby is one of my favorite songs, thank you very much.
I'm sure. And here is the Apex of Combat. And the Apex looking to retain his title here tonight.
You know, Shane, I believe we talked about this prior. The last show that we had right here at the Stronghold Arena, it did not end quite the way fans wanted it to end. The owner, Brandon Kay, thought that he would do due diligence with the Brownsville Area High School. That didn't end the way we wanted it to end. But Lewis said, don't forget about me. This is a triple threat match for the Rise Grand Slam champion.
Challenger number 1.
Let's hear the introductions from Hank Hudson.
Weighing 160 pounds, this is Lewis.
The underdog.
Introducing to my right, challenger number 2 from St. Paul, Minnesota, weighing 220 pounds. Here's the next trending topic, Jack Pollock.
The unfinished business.
We are in for a treat, Rise Wrestling.
And now to my left, the defending Rise Grand Champion from the 45th Chamber, weighing 80 kilos. Here's the Apex of Combat, Lee Moriarty.
And the undisputed Rise Grand Champion, ladies and gentlemen, the triumvirate here, set, ready, poised to rise up with the title on the line. There is what is at stake.
Who are you expecting for this matchup as we prepare for this one and only main event? Who are you expecting for this?
I think the champ is going to come out on top and retain here. You got to believe he's prepared for this one. He's trained for it. He knows Jack Pollock.
Oh, here we go. Shades of what we saw at Brownsville High School. Jack takes the title. Ultimate disrespect. This, for a wrestler, this is almost like smacking your mother. You understand how much of a disrespect that is?
I do. And it didn't help him in the last couple matchups. We'll see if it helps him here tonight.
You know, Rev's mama didn't raise any fool, and I don't think Lee Moriarty's did neither. Let's not forget about Lewis, though. If he calculates this just right, we could have a new grand champion
Also,
tonight.
might be a little bit of confidence there on display from the apex of combat. He looks at the title, but he knows that's his. Jack Pollock needs to earn it here. Some work. Oh, the nerve being shoved there. And the nerd says, hey, you got unfinished business, but I got a shot at the title. And now, shades of February 10th and March 3rd. But now the nerd adds his take into it.
Lewis is trying all that he can to get in there, but at the same
Lewis,
time,
look at him. He knows Jack Pollock. They have history, but the nerd
Lewis lands
again
one.
landing and putting himself into this match. He has to remind the champion of these two rivals that he's in this. And now they're teaming up.
Lewis said, I'm not going to calculate this by myself. Let's do this together.
And it's a smart move in a triple threat.
You want to know why? Because 1 + 1 = 2. And 1 is the loneliest number.
Rev. Again, that fantastic education on display as the nerd gets slammed down on the Jack Pollock.
But Lee said, I'm not going to make it that easy for you. This is my title.
That's right.
You guys have to understand the wait a second.
One.
Do we have a new champ? No. Close, but no.
And that's how the nerd's going to have to win this, Rev. I think you'd agree with that. He's going to have to be sneaky, crafty.
Absolutely, and I think what better person to do it?
That alliance quickly dissolving there. Oh, what a shot.
Almost broke his glass.
That didn't factor into the calculations. Oh, tripping up the nerd here.
Drop down.
Lewis goes down, and look at that. Oh, dragging him over to kick out. And Lee Moriarty going to look for, look at this, the nerd now.
Backslide.
Backslide here, cover, and no.
What do you think has to happen right now? Wait, sunset flip?
Sunset flip, cover, 1, 2, no. And look at this, cover again, 2, and no.
He's going to retain.
1, 2, back and forth, there we go here.
Oh my, mamma mia.
The nerd came so close.
Fans are respecting this. They were not expecting this. I wasn't expecting Lee to wrestle the suspenders off this.
And here, Jack Pollock flipping the champion around, and the nerd goes with him. They're down in the center of the ring, and Jack Pollock is smartly waiting for them to brawl it out here.
We're talking about this. The Jack Pollock, the next trending topic, tosses Lee out almost like a piece of trash and now focuses on Lewis. You got to understand, this is a focal point of Jack. He is not new to this business. 7+ years in the game, trained by WWE. Pretty much a legend, a honorable person in the business, Lance Storm. And, I mean,
taking the glasses off there.
This guy is from a fine cloth. Exactly.
He has the pedigree and he has the strength there to drop the nerd down. Face first into the canvas, 2, kick out of 2.
You know what? I wasn't expecting Lee to kick out of that, but I guess someone had their Wheaties and said their prayers this morning.
And Jack Pollock is smart there. He wants to keep the apex of combat out of this match and focus entirely on the nerd.
Shane, we talked about this prior, even at intermission on Facebook, if you go to the Facebook of Rise Wrestling, that you don't need to pin Lee in order to become champion. He could pin Lewis, and in my opinion, that's a smart way to go about it, kind of judging by the characteristics of both guys.
The apex of combat does not have to be pinned to lose the title here. That's important to keep in mind. Classic triple threat rules. Ooh, off the ropes and into the fist. And off the ropes and delivering the knees. Jack Pollock looking for the finish there.
Russian leg sweep.
1, 2, kick out.
Lee barely being able to crawl up to the rope in order to get in.
And here we go, the Apex of Combat off the top rope, delivering the clothesline.
One thing that we cannot take away from Lee, he knows how to appropriately use all parts of the ring for his good. If he does not have the leverage naturally, he's going to use the momentum, and that's exactly what he did.
And with incredible style and flair there as he drives the knee up into the face. And oh, what a drop kick. You heard the contact of boot on flesh and a kick out of two.
I think that was right to the jaw, right after the double knees from the corner. And if we could sponsor this, I would probably sponsor by Aspinall Dental because, ladies and gentlemen, that could have been a whole root canal right there.
Oh, absolutely. We saw some teeth fly in Brownsville. And Lee rising up here with the audience behind him. Here comes the,
If he connects with all of these, this could be it. This is how he wears down his opponent.
The Bruce Lee of pro wrestling, as he's been called. You mentioned that on the last show, Rev. Hook of the leg, two, kick out. And now, Lee gonna bring him up, and no, Jack Pollock gonna swing for the heels here, and there's a slap right to the face.
Knee to the jaw.
Back and forth they go, exchanging until the final blow was delivered there by Lee in that exchange, leaping back up to his feet, shades of the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Also a little bit of shades of Diamond Dallas Page.
That's
that
right.
Really sneaky
The nerve back into this, and the drop kick into the corner. Look at that. The full body weight of the nerve. It might not be
what can we
much,
expect
but
here? I don't think we saw him do this before.
the momentum carrying him. Oh, another drop kick there. And like I said, the Nerd's not the biggest pro wrestler, but he can make his body weight work to his advantage with the height and the velocity.
It doesn't take you to be a big guy to make an impact in this business. Wait a second.
1, 2, and no.
As I'm saying, it doesn't take you to be the biggest person to make an impact in this business. I mean, look at some of the greats.
Rey Mysterio.
Yes, Roddy Piper. You know, some of the smallest of the guys make the biggest ripples within the water of professional wrestling. We could potentially see history in the making right here at Rise.
Reminds me of Mick Foley, the ultimate underdog there, winning the title for the first time. Could we see that here in the Nerd tonight?
Could we perhaps see a little bit of the 1, 2, 3 kick?
Potentially, another great underdog. And there's another clothesline. Jack Pollock, you saw his eyes roll to the back of his head, and no! Almost rolled.
Lee barely being able to get in there. How much do you think this means to each one of these guys?
It means everything. It's the pinnacle of their careers. It's the pinnacle of Rise Pro Wrestling. All three of these combatants want to walk out of the Stronghold as champion. Who's going to win it all? Oh, Spinebuster, as Jack Pollock looks to answer just that question. That'll take the wind out of your Rev. A Spinebuster in the center of the ring. Hook of the leg, too. Kick out again, another near fall. And Jack Pollock, seconds away from winning the championship. All it takes is one move, one mistake, and we crown a new champion.
In this industry, like you said, it takes one move, one mistake.
In 3 seconds.
In 3 seconds. That's all. One bad move, and it can be over. One of the worst mistakes of your life. I've made a couple of them just within my years of wrestling, and you don't want to look back on it and regret any moves that you have made.
The fight, caught there, lifted up onto the shoulders of Jack Pollock, and down he goes. Another hook of the leg might crown a new champion.
Very smart. Remember I talked to you about the amount of years and experience that Jack has. Notice that unlike some other pins, Jack actually rolled the arm of Lewis in, trying to keep his shoulders down on the mat for that 3. That's one thing that you have to do.
Veteran maneuver there. You see Jack Pollock, he is in full control of this one for the time being, but the Apex of Combat going to battle back, and
listen to that crowd.
The fans are behind him here. Elbow misses. The shots from Lee do not. Chops right to the chest. And again, Lee feeling it. And also feeling the turnbuckle there as he lands face first. Hooked up. 1, 2.
Oh! Almost crowned a new Rise Grand Slam champion.
And that's what's on the line here, ladies and gentlemen. You can feel the excitement, the electricity in the air. We have a title on the line.
I can't tell you how close the tension is. You can cut it because here's the reality of it. You cannot see the other opponent, but the other opponent is Louis the Nerd as he's temporarily suffering from a small injury on the ground. However, in this match, 2 people will go home upset. One person will go home with their hand held.
Ducks under and lands right into the boot of Jack Pollock, who now may be 3 seconds away. We talked about a 1, 2, and no. Grabs the rope, does the champion, and rolls out of the ring. And the Nerd, pointing to his head, he's on the outside.
I think he's regretting the mistake that he made.
Jack Pollock, you do not want to insult him. He is chasing after the Nerd here, and the Nerd this might be part of a plan here. I don't know. We'll see. What are the calculations of Mr. Lewis? He's off the ropes and delivers the elbow.
You know what?
10 minutes gone, 10 minutes.
10 minutes, but that doesn't mean anything gone by here. We saw Jack Pollock and Lee Moriarty going the distance time and time again, and there's a German suplex. Now you have Lewis in the equation.
Wait a second.
What is this? Unbuttoning that shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's ripping it off.
Oh. And Lewis is fired up, delivering those shots to the chest.
I think Lee has, not Lee, but Louis the Nerd has snapped to another dimension of sanity. I don't know if he,
consciousness,
I don't know if he drank the wrong juice in chemical class, in chemistry class or not, but...
Oh, the tide coming off now. Lewis is looking for his finish. Code breaker, no. And look at this. Is this going to be a sharpshooter here? Yes.
This could be all she wrote. If he taps, we might have a new champion.
It all hinges on
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be it.
Of Mr. Lewis. Oh, what a super kick. You could hear it. You could feel it. And Jack Pollock goes down.
All 3 guys down in the center of the ring. And that's how much this means to him. As Shane and I were talking about, this is one moment that can slip through the hands of 2 people and be in the grasp of 1 person. This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen.
3 men with the pinnacle of pro wrestling here at Rise and the Stronghold on the line. Count is up to 6, and now Lee and Jack are swinging on each other here. They're on a knee.
Let's take a listen to this, though. Notice the knuckles on skull, the sound, the impact, the tension, the aggression. They're putting it all on the line
it's
right
all the
now.
history. It's the unfinished business I was talking about here as Lee. Ooh. And look at that, Jack Pollock expecting it, anticipating it, and now going to drive Lee down. But Lee's anticipating that maneuver and right into the Nerd, who lands the code breaker. And now,
good luck,
is
good
up
timing.
1v1 against the champion. Lands the second code breaker there.
If he could just make the pin on one of them,
Needs
this
to
might be
hurry
it.
up.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we have history to make
Double
it.
cover.
1, 2, you're new. No! So close. You can almost taste it in the grasp of his hand, ladies and gentlemen. It does not get any closer than that.
But against 2 of the combatants that went for one of the longest matches in Rise Pro Wrestling history, that's to be expected. These are tough athletes here in the center of the ring. And the Nerd is trying to calculate how he can finish this one off.
I think Lewis is hulking up, as we like to call it here in wrestling.
Can you feel it, brother? I think Lewis can.
He said, Lee Moriarty, I'm coming. Oh, never mind.
No, just legs drops a leg on the canvas. And explain to the audience what that feels like, Rev.
What, just missing that move? I'll
Yeah.
tell you this, your tailbone can shift. This is not any type of cushion. It is hard. It is firm. When you land on it, you miss your
Jack
mark.
Pollock back up and now paying for that missed leg drop. A little bit too much showmanship from the Nerd.
As a matter of fact, my chiropractor gets on me a lot just because of the misalignment. A lot of things in wrestling happens that fans do not see.
Sometimes that's the most punishing maneuver, is missing a maneuver.
Absolutely.
Most punishing damage sustained, and oh, look at that. But Lee landed hard after delivering that. And Jack Pollock is the only one on a vertical basis. I think Jack Pollock just spit out a tooth from some of those shots he took earlier. And now the Nerd. Are we going to see?
All three are on their feet.
Are we going to see an alliance here? Oh, that was right to the back of the head, and right to the back of the head yet again from Jack Pollock. But now Jack Pollock is trying to kick a Nerd out of the ring. 1, 2, no.
We saw this before.
Got the submission lock in here.
Notice this. Jack is holding on, fighting back. He cannot fully grasp that custody in there.
Exactly. Joint custody armbar almost locked in. Jack Pollock going to deny it. Off the ropes he goes and catches that normal athletic jump, lands the spine buster there.
That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen.
1, 2.
You're new. No.
Settle in for this one, ladies and gentlemen.
This is absolutely unreal. I'm pretty sure if some of our fans are able to even talk to us right now, they would say this needs to be somewhere within the big leagues, within perhaps a McMahon.
Well, this is the big leagues with the Rise Grand Championship on the line. Jack Pollock delivering the boot there.
15 minutes.
I think that is the sole
15 minutes, hook of the leg. 1, 2. No. Lee Moriarty refusing to give up here. That is how much the championship means to him.
Say what you want about it. All wrestlers all around the globe will tell you, when you have a championship, a target is on your back at any given
It's
moment.
like the crown. It's a curse
It
as well
absolutely
as a sign of accomplishment.
Everyone's your best friend until you hold a title. Then you realize everyone stabs you in the back.
And everybody wants to be king. Lee Moriarty is the reigning king of Rise Pro Wrestling, and he lands that boot there.
Did you hear that snap to the arm?
Everybody could hear it, and down he goes. Cook, 1, 2, no.
Kicked
It
out.
wasn't really a hook. It was more of just a pinfall from the maneuver. Now rolled up here. Lee Moriarty going for the finish. No.
Barely
And
got the
now
shoulder up.
into the joint custody armbar, but no.
If he can just get just a quarter of a way to that rope, he could perhaps get a rope break. But notice that Lee is pushing him back to the center of the ring. Smart awareness.
It's an oasis in the distance, and Jack Pollock is in the middle of a desert right now, trying to claw and scratch his way in the Nerd in here.
Talking about clawing and scratching, Lewis just now being able to get back in the ring.
Off the ropes goes the champion. Oh, what a finisher there from the champion. Reminiscent of the great Booker T, 5-time WCW champion.
Now can you dig that, Sarah?
Shame.
Steven.
Shame. Oh, here we go. Championship on the line, and again going for the joint custody armbar.
Can you lock it in?
He's looking to lock it in and lock in his defense as champion, but rolls through.
Rolled back through to reestablish himself.
He has got it in. Look at the fingers, look at the hand. You see the pressure. Will he tap out the palm of the hand of Jack Pollock?
Ladies and gentlemen, he retained. Still your Rise Grand Slam champion.
A new champion will not be crowned tonight.
And still Rise Grand Champion, the apex of combat, Lee Moriarty.
Right 99.8% of the time, I predicted it, I called it, and the apex of combat is your reigning, defending, undisputed Rise Grand Champion. Another battle victoriously won by Lee Moriarty.
You know what, Shane? Just like you said, I believe all throughout the night, but especially the main event, we saw a lot of physicality, a lot of great things from our men and women. And at the end of the night, when it's all said and done, still the face that runs the place, the Bruce Lee of all of this Rise company, Lee Moriarty, he retained it. He retained it.
He entered the stronghold and he leaves it as champion. Thank you for watching Rise Pro Wrestling here. Jack Pollock back up to his feet.
I think they're going to give a little sign of respect. I think Jack's looking at him glaring. We know how much this opportunity meant to Jack.
But here we go.
Look, great sign of a champion.
This is what it's all about. Exactly. The respect, the glory, the thrill, and the finish to Rise Pro Wrestling here, and the showing of respect to conclude the evening. Again, thank you for watching. We will see you next time here in the Stronghold Rise Pro Wrestling.
And what is that date again? April the 7th?
April 7th.
April the 7th, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Shane and myself. We want to tell you once again, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Rise Wrestling. Also, thank you to the wonderful supporters and to those diligently working on our behalf to make us look good and sound good.
And remember, join us April 7th and rise up for Rise Pro Wrestling.
Anyone can come to Rise and challenge for this. I'll fight anyone.
Good to see you again, man.
Nice meeting you.
Wonderful. I wonder if they want us to do a